Hello there, thank you so much that you joined my this free training. And today we'll talk about Pinterest and about contributor boards. So I will share my screen with you and we will start going to learn something new. Okay, so power of Pinterest contributor boards. Okay, 1 second. So you will learn today what is a contributor board, how to create a contributor board, how to leave the board, and how to add somebody to the board, how to find out who create the board and how to contact that person, and what is your rights in the board if you are creator or if you're a member of the board. So what is a contributor board? It's a board that calls group board. So when you open Pinterest and you see the board like this is a regular board. But if you see the board with this sign on the right upper corner on this one, it says it's a group board. That means you have two and plus members. So like you have many members inside of this board, and everybody can pin and repin each other pins. Members of the board can invite other people to the board, and they can also leave the board. So, how the benefit of the boards? How the board benefit you? It create more pins for your pins. It create more followers. It create better traffic and it create more sales. So when you upload the board on a contributor board or group board, then many people see that board and you get more repins, you get more followers if you somebody like your board and they check your account, and you get more followers in this way, and you create better traffic to your website. So how to see which board could benefit you and which not? So at the beginning you have to find out which board is good for you. If you're selling, for example, physical product, these boards like this would be good for you, because the boards like that usually they members inside the board they selling physical products. But you also can find the boards that sell service, online service, and then in this case you have to find which board is best for you. For the people who sell service, the physical product board would not benefit them. They actually will benefit more from this board. So when you find out which board is good for you, then you need to check how many pins inside of the board. So this number, you always can see the pins inside, how many pins in the board. The bigger number here, the better board for you. Also, when you click on the board, inside the board, you will see here on the right, no, actually on the left side of the board, you will see this number with the members. This is the number, means the number of members in the board. So the bigger number here, that is good for you. That means if you upload the pin in this board, it's at least 273 people will see your board at least, and you will get good repins and traffic. And for example, if you enter this board, you will see only 9 pins inside and only a couple people in the group, so in the board. So you have to find out which board for you good, and make sure that the number is big here and number inside of members number actually good here too. So when you become a member of the group, of the board group, the board will show up automatically on your Pinterest account, in your Pinterest wall. So when you become a member, the board will start showing here. For example, you can, all these boards, you can see this is the group board and this is group board. You can create your board or you can join it. And when you join the board, it will automatically show here. When you leave your group board, it will automatically will be gone here if you're a member. If you're creator of the board, you have to actually delete that, so the board will be gone from your account. When you click on the board, inside of the board, on top you will see the name of the board. Then you will see description of the board, what is the board about. Then you'll see small number, kind of. We'll see number of all pins, how many pins inside, and will be the number of the followers of the board. On the left side, you will see the number here in kind of free faces or free circles. It will be the numbers of members of the board. So for example, in this board, if we have at least 44 members and we have 775 pins, and 692 people are following the board, this one. So it's a really good number for this board. If you are a member of the board, you will have these options here. If you are not a member of the board, you just follow the board, you just enter it and you like it, then you will see kind of like this. So it will be like follow the board or unfollow the board. If you're not a member, you just follow the board. When you say click here and says edit the board, if you are a member of the board, when you click here invite, you will have the same window for these two different options. You will have the same window, and in the window it will say leave the board or invite somebody to the board. It depends. Okay, so how to create a group board? To create a group board, you need to go into your Pinterest account and create a regular board like you always do. So you click on here on the plus, small plus, and the window will show here and says create the board. You write the name of the board, you create description. You always can change this one. And then click here, just create the board. Then you have regular board. So how to turn your regular board into your group board? When you click on the board, on top you will have this invite. When you click here on invite, you will see the list of the people who follow you and you follow them back. So you type here the person, or you can actually enter here email account, somebody's email, and send invitation. Click here invitation. So when you send that person invitation, it will show here that you sent somebody invitation. Then you click done, and congratulations, you create the board. You turn your board into your group board the moment when you decide to invite somebody to the board. So, if you're a creator of the board, you cannot leave the board. You can delete the board, but you cannot leave the board because you create that board, so you cannot really dump its board out there and just leave it. But you can rename the board when you click here on the edit. When you stay on your board, you click here on edit and all this window show. So you can change the name, you can change description here. You can remove somebody if you are creator. You can remove people from the board. Then you click save and it's done. You can change here cover picture. Here you can change it. And you can basically can do everything whatever you want with the board. You can move around and you can do whatever you want with the board and with the members of the board, except you cannot leave the board. If you are not a creator of the board, you're just a member of the board, you really cannot do nothing about the board, but you can leave the board. For example, you can leave the board when you click here on the board. It will pump this window, and you can leave the board, or you can remove somebody who you invite to the board. So for example, if I send somebody invitation and that person accept that invitation, then you can remove them from the board, and you can leave yourself as well. It's a click change and that's it. You cannot change the cover picture on the board, and you cannot change any description or the name of the board. You cannot change that. You cannot delete the board as well. When you leave the board will automatically will not show up on your Pinterest account anymore. So if you want to join the board back, somebody has to send you invitation. You cannot enter the board again, just you leave it and then can come back. You really cannot do that. Somebody have to invite you again to that board. So how to invite members to the board? To invite members to the board is really simple. You click inside of the board when you pin you upload your pins, and on top, if you're a member of the board, on top it will say invite. The small red sign says invite. When you click on invite, it will show the window when it says invite somebody who you have to choose specific person to invite. You do have to remember that you have to follow that person on Pinterest account, and that person has to follow you back. So you have to have that connection between people accounts. And when somebody send you invitation, on top of your account, you will have this number and it says who sent you invitation and give you option accept invitation to the board and you, or ignore invitation. The moment when you accept the invitation, the board will show up on your account and you can upload pins to the board. How to find the people who create the board, because there's so many people out there and you really get confused who is who and who is creator. To that, you usually click on the board and on top in description, usually people are creators of the board. They usually write the information. They say, hey, you want to be part of the board, you can send me email, and they show the email. If you do not have that options, you can actually click on the board, and on top of the board you will not see this number invite, this sign icon. You will not see it because you're not a member yet, but you just see the number and these three faces, different but the three faces. And so when you click on the board, the first picture of somebody, usually it's the picture of the person who created the board. When you click on that picture, it will take you to their account where you can write them email or send them message through Pinterest and say, hey, I want to join your Pinterest account, so please add me. And they usually add. And don't forget, you do have to follow that person on Pinterest, and they have to follow you back. In another way, you can also find out who create the board. You click here on the board, on top of the board, in your internet browser. You will see this here. You will see all this address, the way of the boards. The first one will be Pinterest.com. The second will be the name of the person, the name of profile name, the person who created the board, and the third one will be the name of the board. So here the board, the name is Community Health Recipe Board. That says Community Health Recipe Board. So this is the name of the board. This is would be person who created that board. So if you remove this part and just leave it Pinterest and this name and click then, and then it will take you to that person account, Pinterest account, and then you can send them email, or you can send them message on Pinterest, ask them to invite you. Usually people are really friendly and they invite very fast and respond very fast. You just have to remember you have to follow that person on Pinterest, because Pinterest will not give you options to join the board, and that person will have hard time to send you invitation if you're not following that person. So you do have to follow them and they have to follow you back. If you want to join to group boards, you're welcome to join, to contact me, and I will help you to join all these boards, and you can choose which board is good for you. So how to join, to contact me, you can go on Facebook. You can join my Facebook group, private Facebook group. It's called Pinterest, Facebook, and Google Plus Help. And then you can join the group. Look like here. And then in the group, you can ask me that you can join. You want to become my member of any of those groups here. You can become a member, and I will add you. Or you can follow me on Pinterest and send me a message on Pinterest. So, and on Pinterest, it will be more bilingual. This is my account like that. You can enter my account and send me a message on Pinterest. But if you really want to join my group boards very fast, you're welcome to come back to my group and join my group. In my groups, you always can ask the questions about Pinterest and Facebook or social media questions, and I always welcome to respond to this group created just to help you to run your business on online. So you're welcome to join. So thank you so much that you listened to me, and I'll talk to you soon, and you're welcome join to my group.